Closing arguments begin in federal court today in a trial that will determine how much the federal government will have to pay the victims and the families involved in the Sutherland Springs church shooting. Back in July, a federal judge determined the Air Force was 60% liable for that attack. That's because the gunman had threatened mass violence while in the Air Force, and the families say if the military branch had properly reported it, the deadly shooting that took 26 lives could have been prevented. But the feds are only offering 10% of what the families are asking for. Maggie Glenn listened to the arguments today and breaks down both sides.
The federal government's arguments center around the logistics of the Federal Tort Claims Act, which is meant to compensate victims but not punish defendants. The court heard from victims directly today, including Juan Masias, now bound to a wheelchair due to his injuries. We also heard from a child who had to watch her mom and two sisters die in the church that day. Survivors and family members had hope after last month when the federal government settled with victims and family members involved in the 2015 mass shooting that killed 9 in South Carolina, totaling $88 million. Each person in that case was awarded $5 to $7 million depending on how they were impacted. Sutherland Springs victims' lawyers argued that lays the groundwork for the feds to pay up. But the U.S. defense team argued the FTCA does not require equal treatment to claimants in different settlements. They also say that Sutherland Springs victims' argument that they are entitled to a higher reward based on the fact that more people were killed in this mass shooting would be punitive rather than compensatory, which is barred by the FTCA. That's why the government is only offering $31 million in total, much of which pays for the medical bills of the injured. The victims and family members are asking for $400 million to adequately address the mental anguish they've experienced. There's no set timeline for when the judge's decision will come. Reporting in Austin, Maggie Glenn, back to you.
Thank you, Maggie. And here's a little more context on that $88 million settlement out of the Charleston church shooting. In 2015, Dylan Roof entered the Mother Emanuel AME Church and opened fire, killing 9 people. The investigation that followed revealed that the federal background check system failed to flag him as it should have. It allowed him to buy the gun he used to commit those murders. Roof's criminal history should have prevented the sale of the gun. The settlement provided $63 million for the families of the 9 killed and another $25 million for survivors.